What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. It's episode number 26. What a start for Reading, man. 2 wins in our first 4 games, a win at Anfield in our last one as well, undefeated through to the last 32 of the League Cup as well. I don't want to jinx things, but right now, things are looking really good. So today, it's Sloggy Season, returning with part 1 of Sloggy Season. Loads of games to get through in the Premier League, plus that League Cup third round tie as well. I'll probably finish up, I'd say, sometime around here, mid to late November. So loads to get through, let's crack straight on. And as I've just turned down this bid for Dennis, as he's just signed a new contract and already has 2 goals this season. Just real briefly on the loan right now, this is why we loaned Rodriguez out to Swansea. He's had a +6 overall spike. And so when people ask me for tips on how to grow your youth players, obviously I'm not the best person to take advice from. There's far better strategists out there on YouTube, no doubt about that. But this is my probably simplest tip. Loan the players out as soon as you can because they often have an overall spike. Up 6 already. He might not even grown 6 for the entire season if he was here, even if we were starting him in every single game. Right, let's jump into the first of many games. Then it is indeed newly promoted Luton Town back in the big time. Winless in their first 4 to start the season off though. And for us, undefeated in our first 4. 2 wins already. Now let's go get our third and our first league win in Berkshire this season. Come on, you Royals. That's why I probably should have loaned Owen out for this season as well. Last year, of course, missed the final third with the broken toe. And whilst, you know, he's still getting gradually better as he makes the tackle there. Panzo is the higher rated centre-half. We possibly could have made do with him and Mbenge as our third choice, with Owen going out on loan to get his growth up. But, you know, like I said before, it's just frustrating because... Oh, great ball, Andersen. And a Spreer drills in the opener for his second goal in as many games. Like, Haynes is more than good enough at this level, as he showed in the first 2/3 of last season. It's just that the overall growth has been slow because we've been playing him and not loaning him out. It's something that I really, fingers crossed, touch wood, hope EA have worked on for next season. More intelligent player growth on young players. When Owen last season started the season off, he was a massive contributor to our great defensive record, and yet he only went up 2 ratings. Granted, had the injury to deal with as well, but why was the growth so slow? How is he not having, like that was Bennett? Bennett's the best example. How is he only still showing great potential? I really want EA to work on it for the new season. I guess we'll find out if they have or not. Andersen to Amdouni with a chance for a quick fire double. Great save by Kaminski as it remains at 1-0. But Wilhelmer to start this season off, man. That's another assist for him as well. That's 3 already, plus a goal too. Oh, and he almost got another one. Great save by Kaminski again. As we still lead by 1, but right now got Luton penned, and that second goal is definitely on the cards here. It's been a phenomenal start from Reading. Oh, and another great save by Kaminski. Absolutely penned here. They cannot get out. They're spawn trapped. Surely we're going to get the killer. Not before long. As Gruev's strike goes wide. Bond to Aziz. And Dooney to Bond. Takes it on slightly early, but still belted. It was coming. It was coming. And it's his first of the year. Only scored 1 goal all season long last year. A winner at St James's in a 2-1 victory. His first in Berkshire in the league. And it is Reggie Bond with our second. It's very early doors, but what a start to the season it's going to be. I'm calling it now. 3 wins in 5 games and no losses thus far. Running it back with the Royals, and right now, running rampant. I always find it quite interesting when like a team that's done really well the previous season decides to make major changes for the new season. I understand if their hands are kind of tied, you know, one of their star players requests a transfer or something, I get that. But when it's kind of like unforced, I think to myself, why are you changing things? You had a really good season last year. Surely it's best just to keep things as they are and hope the good times keep coming. I guess that's the best case for us, really. Granted, again, Bukhari getting sold. Didn't need to do that. That's a great block by Owen. But other than him going and Amdouni coming in, we've kept basically the same team as last year because we don't need to change things. Team's clicking. Team's firing. Oh, Andersen to Amdouni. What a back heel and what an assist. Zeki Amdouni with the third, his second since coming in. Already half the goals Bukhari got for the entirety of last season. And I think that is the one big call we have made that probably will work out as well. 3-0 Reading. This as well. Got a Spria next to him. Andersen in the middle as well. I see right at the far post Femi, but instead it will come to Zeki with the easy finish for his third already. He wasn't my first choice, that was João Pedro. He knows that, we know that, but it might be a blessing in disguise. We couldn't get hold of the Brazilian and went for the Swiss international instead. It is game. Wilhelmer has been sensational, and this, following on from a 3-1 win at Anfield, and a bad follow-up. Massive win. And Luton Town put to the sword in Berkshire. And a hat-trick of assists for Wilhelmer as well. 5 in as many games now in a goal as well. And as you'll see, he's also got the high defensive work rate we were asking for as well. Up to 72 overall. I'm going to change him to balanced first to begin with, though, real briefly. Because it's only going to take him, 15 weeks. Wow, I thought it wouldn't take that long, actually. In that case, I might just do it now then. I was going to say, if I put him on balance, hopefully get him stats across all the boards up in 6 weeks. But actually, it might be better in that case just to go straight into the CAM position change now. So only going to take him 2 weeks. But again, we should see an overall spike of around 2, possibly 3 if we're lucky. Right, let's jump into the following game. Nottingham Forest heading into this one. Again, 3 wins in our first 5 games and undefeated as we welcome Nuno's side to Berkshire. How long can Reading keep this run going? Come on, you Royals. He's just gone down there. Is that the skipper? I think it is indeed. Yeah, Binden just hit the deck after a tackle. And that is the last thing we want. Just had a fantastic win. Well, back-to-back great wins. Clean sheet. Excellent undefeated start. And now the captain's gone down for what may well be a longer injury than just a bruise. Very tough though. Forced backwards to Scott McKenna. Got to be careful. The Forest got him trapped on the flank. There we go. Oh, thought Bond kept it in play. Never mind. Even so, did well to keep them where they were, but... Oh, Bond! 2-2. Footwork, finish, and Reggie Bond gets his second in as many games. 1-0 Reading, and if we can see this out, what a start. 4 wins in 6 this will be. Bond read that perfectly. And now Dooney to Aspria. And Andersen might need to take it on early. Does so. Oh, but he finishes like Sigurdsson would as well. Belting it from just outside the area. It's a dream start. As our youth players continue to show that we didn't need to make new signings. We certainly didn't need to blow the squad up. We just needed to keep backing the young talent we got here. Wilhelmer, the next man in, the next man up. Second goal of the season already to go along with 5 assists. He is absolutely flourishing. Well, we called in the next Gylfi Sigurdsson. Not just because he's an Icelandic playmaker, but also because he can belt them in from range, clearly. He and Bond with the goals. Zeki might put the icing on the cake. He does as well. Drills it past Turner for the third. And it is going to be an aggregate scoreline in our last 3 games of 10-1 as our winning run continues and our undefeated start is extended. Look, I'm trying to keep it calm. But this has been even better than I possibly could have imagined. Long way to go though. Keep your feet on the ground, Doxy boy. I want to see the clean sheet out here as well if I can. But I don't think we will. Note Volpato clips it in off the post. Clean sheet gone. That's so frustrating. How often do I say it, man? It's one of the biggest pet peeves for me when you've dominated a game, you've been in control, and then you can see we're like the only shot on your goal in the final stage. It's so frustrating. Doesn't detract from a great performance though. Still going to run out comfortable winners and extend the undefeated start. And as for that Tyler Binden injury as well, the only negative to what has been a phenomenal start to the season. The skipper is going to be done for, thankfully, just a bruise. 5 days, he will be alright. Thank goodness for that, man. That would have been the last thing we'd need after a red-hot start. Right, let's keep it going, man. Fantastic run. Let's just keep it going. Don't slow down now. Following game, EFL Cup third round. To be fair, I don't mind too much if we have our first loss of the season here in the last 32. Wolves at home, but far more focused on our amazing start in the Premier League. We'll throw out a backup side and see how we get on. I think the thing that makes this more impressive as well is that we're still missing Riley McGree as well, lest we forget, who, granted, isn't exactly the first name on the team sheet, but since coming in last season from the Borough, he's been really decent. 4 goals last season in half a year. Scored our first this season as well as Emil Smith-Rowe bends in the opener. Right now, don't need him, but tonight, with the backup side, a goal down to Wolves. Yeah, I've mentioned this before, and it's something I really want EA to, again, hopefully have looked into for the new season. There's never a League Cup objective, so you can either get knocked out in the first round by a League 2 side at home 4-0, or you can go all the way to win the whole thing as a League 2 side. It wouldn't matter the board one bit either way. They've got to change that. Give me the... Oh, Kelvin went in, mate. Give me an... Oh, what was I doing there? Give me an incentive to play the competition. CJ, 209. Kundal skips away. Ex-Wolves man himself, of course. And now Kelvin. Great dribbling. Really well done. Oh, great. Oh, what a goal it's going to be. Oh, brilliant. What a wonderful little team goal. And unlike most of Doxy's team build-ups, this one finished with a goal. Great finish, Harvey. Well, it's going to finish all square, and it means it will go to a penalty shootout. But really, we know this is probably going only one way. I always say this, my record on penalty shootouts is so abysmal, it's barely worth keeping track of. But for those curious in this save, it's played 2, lost 2. I don't see it being third time lucky, but you never know. Come on, the Royals. For those that missed it last Thursday night, by the way, Ajax and Panathinaikos in the European qualifier had a 34 penalty shootout as Harvey, who scored in open play, belts in the first as well. Honestly, man, that went on forever as Fabio Silva is denied by Kanaya, but come on, man. Don't give me false hope. Kelvin's going to go to the opposite corner, top left, and he scores as well. Reading take a 2-goal lead, and Ishmael Benacer stands up next, and he sends Kanaya the wrong way for Wolves' first. Change corners for the last one. Let's do it again. Luco 9 going top right against Cox, and he scores as well. So if we do score each one, we'll be going through. Gomes scores as well. Kamara. Do I keep changing corners? I mean, it's working right now, so if things keep working, keep doing it. Oh, no, that's well too much. Emil Smith-Rowe. Luke Kundal. Ex-Wolves man, out of the academy. Top right. Score. So to be fair, despite a miss with Kamara, if we say this with Boyce Clark, we're through. Pedro Neto to take. We were so close on that last one. I noticed it so much this year, man. I go the right way a lot, but I just don't get any gloves on it. Pedro Neto, a lot of power. Saved by Boyce Clark. It's the EFL Cup third round, but it feels like a World Cup semi. Doxy boy has won a penalty shootout. I knew there was a reason I kept Kanaya Boyce Clark here. Who would have thought it? The chosen one, Mr. Boyce Clark, with the save, sending us through on the spot kicks to the last 16. That's the furthest we've got in the competition thus far. That was last year. We were knocked out by Brighton. Again, it doesn't count towards the objectives, but I'd love a good cup run, man. I'd love our first one of the save. Maybe it's going to be this year. So one advance in the calendar. We'll see who we've got. Last 16 of the League Cup, and it's going to be Newcastle away, who we won against last year in the league away. St James's 2-1. But definitely big underdogs for that one. Magpies in the northeast. And speaking of tough away days, next up, Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. Undefeated start to the season, but yeah, we'll do very well to keep it going here, let alone get a win. I'll certainly take a draw. Let's see if we can claim the point away against Guardiola's boys. Come on, you Royals. Doxy boy winning a penalty shootout. That's the most unrealistic thing to save. Oh dear. You know, I can't remember who I was listening to. There was a quote with someone. It might have even been the Gareth Southgate podcast. It was a podcast episode with someone. Maybe it was an England player, or maybe it was the Gareth Southgate episode. I can't remember. But they were talking about how England's penalty tactics had changed over the years, where after every penalty, a teammate goes and picks up, or goes and greets and walks back with the penalty taker, whether it was scored or whether it was missed. There'd always be someone to take back the Femi golden chance, the penalty taker, to the teammates on the halfway line. It basically kind of instilled this psychological belief, psychological safety, that whether you miss or score, your value to the team remains the same. It was a really, really fascinating insight. Something I'd never even thought of before. But I can't remember who it was that was talking about it. But anyway, I think maybe that's why England have gotten better at penalties over the years, as we've seen. There's more what you'd call psychological safety now. Make or miss, you still have value to us as a teammate. Corner, Manchester City, final chance of the half. Defended well so far. Just got to keep our concentration up until that half-time whistle comes. Up it goes. Haaland denied. Brilliant save by Bennett as the American pushes it behind for another corner. Still 0-0. Kept him quiet thus far, but you know he only needs the one chance. On that occasion, great save. Looking for him again. Up it goes. Bond heads it away. And this time again, shot on target. Bennett with the save. And we remain tied at 0-0. Final chance for Manchester City with 4 minutes to go. Defended brilliantly in this game. I'd be gutted if we lose it late here. Nico O'Reilly, the youngster who we know Pep is so keen on. Back to Matteo. Final chance. Final chance. Just don't break position. Come on, break me down. 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 No. Nico, blocked by Binden. Bond just hoover it. We'll take it. Undefeated start continues. Another clean sheet for Bennett after a couple of good saves in the first half. And we'll take the point and clean sheet as well. We're growing as a team, man. We're growing as a team. Last season, every time we went away against the top 16, we expected to lose. But now, we're targeting points and deserving them as well. That's a big point for us now. Yep, first game this season without a goal. But not many teams say no to a 0-0 at the Etihad, and I'm not going to either. That's a solid point in that. We will take it. And so after the game, we should see, after a couple of days in the calendar, there we go, the position change complete for Wilhelmer Andersen. And let's see just how much he improves by. I think it's going to be a +2 overall, I'd say. 5 assists and 2 goals in the first 7. He's flying. And he didn't improve at all. Wow, I did not expect that. Because of the low defensive stats and the poor strength as well, I really thought he was going to have like a +2 increase. Nothing. That is that is incredibly anticlimactic. Although, oh, okay, to be fair, yeah, I'll keep him on balance. He's going to go up 1 rating in a week's time anyway. Okay, never mind. But even so, I still thought he'd go up 2 in the end, not even 1. Fair enough. What's most important is how he's getting on the pitch, and let's see if he can return to scoring or assisting in our following game. Next up, Unai Emery's Aston Villa, as we aim to stay undefeated and the only tied without a loss to start the season off. Heading back to Berkshire, Aston Villa at home. Come on, you Royals. Dooney right now is absolutely thriving, leading our line as well. He's got a couple of assists, along with the 4 goals too. He's already matched Bukhari's tally in just a few games. I think it's safe to say we made the right call there. Yeah, he wasn't my first choice. I'm not going to try and pretend like he was. That's a great ball through to him as well, down the right-hand side. But oh, as Andersen puts it just wide. He is looking a hell of a striker. 18 minutes in, still 0-0. Louis Barry down the left. Oh, yes, good tackle Bond, but oh, let's get him play, and oh, it's squeezed in at the near post. That's one of those where you think the ball's dropped out of play. It hasn't. And what's that old saying? Play to the whistle. That is so silly, man, honestly. Rafa converts from close range. Bennett beaten at the near post. Aston Villa take the lead against the run of play. But long way to go. Don't panic. Just like we saw at Anfield. Yes, we fall behind in this first half, but there's a long way to go as Reggie is denied. Well, I'm always honest. If I've not played well, I will show you that being the case. This is one of those games. I had one chance through Wilhelmer in the first half. Couldn't hit the target. And it was a good tackle, mate. And since then, nothing. Just let me concentrate here. Hold on. Good footwork, mate. Gruev, great ball. Harvey, off the bench. For the leveller. Yes! Ooh. Bailed out by Mr. Nibbs. Harvey! With the late equaliser in stoppage time, and Reading's unbeaten run is extended with virtually the final kick of the game. Yep, I haven't played well, I've been poor, and I've been lucky as well. Harvey off the bench to the rescue, and Reading remain undefeated for now. But play like that again, and we won't get away with it again. Very, very fortunate bailout right to death by one of the OGs. Harvey to the rescue off the bench. Very good start for Reading, but it is worth pointing out, whilst we're still the only undefeated side in the league, half the games have been draws. Although, to be fair, some of the draws I've considered quite decent results, including away at the Etihad. Now I'll consider this one a good result if we can get it as well. Next up, away in North London, taking on Tottenham Hotspur as we aim to stay undefeated and as things stand, still in the top 4. Let's see if we can claw out a point here and remain undefeated. Come on, you Royals. Harvey Nibbs, one of the OGs, man. And I said I don't want him to go, even though heading into the new season, we knew that his minutes were going to get a bit more reduced. Last season didn't score me a single goal in the league. He's still a decent player. Oh, get in! Villalmo gives us the lead 7 minutes in, but the problem is, this is the boy wonder. And thus to give Andersen the game time in the Nibs role, Harvey either needs to be swapped in terms of his position or placed onto the bench. In this game he's starting LM, but for Villalmo, third of the year already. This kid is something special, man. Reading strike first in North London. I often talk about how when there's a group of people, like one person always seems to get left out and doesn't get the credit they deserve. Oftentimes in like a big three, especially in basketball as well. You know, there's always like the stars and then like one man doesn't really get the props. In this team, for the kids we've had developing this season, Bennett between the sticks has been great this season, couldn't do much about that. Bond's got me a couple of goals. Villalmo is the star, but also Haynes as well, to be fair, is growing quietly as well. Even so, 1-1 right before the break, Spurs back on level terms. It's just the way it goes. Like, there's always one player that doesn't quite get the... oh, great build-up. Hold on. The attention they deserve. Oh, Reggie, I see you. Clips it. I'm doing it free header. Come on. Reading restored the lead. He's already got more goals than Bukhari got in the entirety of last season. This is why I said it with Osman, man. I couldn't afford to be sentimental. He was poor last year. We needed someone better. We certainly got one. And again, that's what Bukhari could not do. He was a little lad. He didn't win headers. Amdouni's already scored 2 of his 5 goals with his head, including that one. Reading back in front. Yeah, you know, I don't know quite how many goals Bukhari scored with his head during his tenure here, but I'm going to imagine it was less than the amount you can count on one hand. Whereas, great save Bennett, but is the rebound going to be turned in? Oh, Kulusevski doesn't shoot, plays it back instead. Shot comes in, Bond with the block, and we'll get it away. Amdouni's already got me 2, and possibly this one the game winner as well. Great block, great save. Still leading by 1 with 7 on the clock. Here's Gutierrez, skips around CJ. Sheldroop, Pellegrini, Vitor Roque. Was that not offside? I thought it was offside, no? Pellegrini scores, but I've got my arm up and I'm in the 4th. How was that offside? I could swear when that ball was played and it was offside there. Pellegrini with a leveller. Spurs equaliser minutes to go. Was that not offside? Surely that was offside when the ball was played back in, no? Vitor Roque... Isn't he offside there? Oh, no. It's Haynes. Haynes is just keeping him on. Haynes is just keeping him on. Yeah, you can see Vitor Roque on one side of the 6-yard line. Haynes on the other. No, it's the right call. It's the right call. You know, I always say this. If I've seen it wrong, if I've made the wrong call, I'll admit it. That is the wrong call indeed. Haynes was keeping him on. Spurs with the bailout late. And it is going to be 3 straight draws in a row. But I'll take it. Again, I will take it. We're still unbeaten in our first 9 games. I'll take it. Yep, so in that case, I guess I need to apologise to that 4th official. I called that completely wrong. Anyway, following game, we'll do 2 more today, because I want to end on that League Cup last 16 clash away at St James's. Back in Berkshire for this one, welcoming Manchester United in 2nd place. Still the only undefeated side in the league, but I'd love to get back to winning ways here after none in our last 4 in all competitions, if you count the draw in that League Cup last round, even though we won the pens. Even so, Manchester United following game in Berkshire. Come on, you Royals. We know the undefeated run is going to end at some point, and well, to be honest, like sometimes, I know it sounds a bit crazy, but sometimes it's kind of a good thing when it does happen, because like the longer it goes on, but you're just sort of scraping by, the more the pressure gets added. But once you've had that first loss, you can say, okay, fair enough, it's gone now, we've had the defeat, we put it to the back of our minds, and then move into the following fixtures without needing to worry about it anymore. So sometimes it's a bit of a blessing in disguise when it comes to an end, but as Andersen, should have got another, drills it over. Let's just say you never want it to end pre-game, that's for sure. That should have been the opener. Oh, it's a cracking ball, that. Ravela. Oh, wow. Goodness gracious. 2 sitters in 20 minutes. First Villalmo and then Ravela. Both skying it over the bar for 3-point conversions. Wow. You don't often see that. Normally the AI and Ultimate are so lethal and clinical. If they go through one-on-one, the very worst they'll do is have a shot saved. Very rarely they put it off target like that, but this man did. And now he's looking to atone for the earlier miss. Rivera shoots. Blocked by Panzo, and Bennett can't keep the ball in play. Corner for Manchester United. Tends to go before the break, as we're still deadlocked. Can they break it? Milinkovic Savic's delivery, headed away. It'll drop to Carreras, looking for space. Pasalic, scores straight at Bennett, and I think the keeper should have done better there, man. Phenomenal goalkeeper. He's won me a lot more points than he's cost me, but I think he should have saved that. I think we go 2-0 down. Oh, Rivera, what a ball. And just like that, we've gone from being tied at 0-0 to 2-0 down. What a ball by Rivera. And he said, okay, fair enough, I can't finish, but I can create. That is an unbelievable ball. Just gave the ball away quickly from kickoff. And look at, oh, that is glorious. You know I'm a sucker for a nice assist. That's one of the best we've seen in the save, and it wasn't me that did it. Brilliant clipped, weighted ball over the top. And Trent would be proud of that one. Manchester United 2-0 up. I think this is going to be their first loss of the season. It was coming, and I think it'll come here in Berkshire as well. Yep, it was going to happen at some point. It almost always does. I don't think there was any chance of Reading going undefeated this season. Our first loss comes here in Berkshire. The key is making sure this doesn't become a habit. First loss of the season, but also now no wins in 4 league games and only 3 points taken for a possible 12. It had been a phenomenal start from the kids, but it's safe to say we've been brought back down to earth. Let's do one more. That last 16 in the League Cup trip to St James's will end on that. Yep, final game today. Last 16 in the League Cup. Never got past this round since the save began, but I got a good feeling despite the poor form we've been in, we could do it tonight. I'm picking a strong lineup for the game as well as we try and get through to the quarterfinals the first time ever and bounce back and return to winning ways here. Come on, you Royals. Yeah, it's very rare you'll see me pick a strong lineup for a League Cup tie, let alone when it's still only the last 16, but I really want a cup run. This is a chance. I want to make sure we take it. Yasser Esprit is third of the season, no competitions. Reading take the lead 33 minutes in, and this is why I picked a strong lineup tonight. I got my eyes on the quarters. A good cup run is always a welcome distraction when a team has been going through poor league form. No wins in 4 in the Premier League, but progress to the quarterfinals of the League Cup will make up for that. Femi for the dagger. Bang! On. And for the first time, I think Reading are heading to the quarterfinals of a domestic cup. Femi with the second, Reading go 2 up. And to be fair to Owen Haynes as well, he might have had a shocker in North London against Spurs, but tonight he kept Alexander Isak completely quiet as we shut the door on the Magpies and make it through to the quarterfinals. So we'll end on this then, the draw for the last 8. First time we've got there since the save began. I'm hoping we'll get drawn against, no disrespect, but Blackburn Rovers in the quarterfinals. That'll give us a golden chance of a place in the final 4. It's going to be, let's find out. Please not someone like Chelsea away. League Cup. Aston Villa at home. Okay, alright, Aston Villa at home. And I think we could take them out. Dead even though, and I think we need a strong lineup for that game as well. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Summer Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have, then please do drop a like. So you all have a fantastic day. I will return in the next episode with that tie in the quarterfinal and more games in the Premier League after no wins in our last 4 and now dropping out of the top 4, aiming to get back to winning ways after a mini little slump and drop down the table. Have a fantastic day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Summer Career Mode very soon.